10 avril 1895. 6 indigènes tués. Village livré aux flammes. Déjeuner, puis retour. 17 avril 1895. Parti avec 80 hommes pour Baouro. Une quinzaine de personnes tuées. 25 avril. Arrivée à Iteke. Brûler le village, ainsi que Yambi. Ilongo. Brûler le village et tuer un indigène. Arrivé à Bakolo à 16h. Brûlé. Arrivé à Yabumba à 11h40. Je fais brûler le village. Arrivé à Likombe à 3h. Tout à coup, nous sommes attaqués. 2 soldats sont tués à côté de moi. Après quelques instants d'une fusillade bien nourrie, les indigènes prennent la fuite en laissant 13 des leurs sur le terrain. Je fais mettre le feu aux cases. « 8 juin. Je me dirige ensuite sur Yamapete. Je fais incendier le village. Après un bon déjeuner, nous rentrons en triomphe à Bazoko, avec nos sanglants trophées. 10 juin, nous trouvons Yambissi. Nous envoyons plusieurs groupes de soldats battre la plaine. Ils reviennent quelques heures après avec 11 têtes et 9 prisonniers. « 22 juin. On nous amène 3 prisonniers dans la matinée. 3 autres vers le soir et 3 têtes sont apportées. Un homme de Bomané parcourant la forêt en appelant un grand cri sa femme et son enfant égarés reçoit une balle d'une de nos sentinelles. On nous apporte sa tête. Jamais j'ai vu une telle expression de désespoir, d'effarement. Nous faisons incendier Yambissi. La potence est dressée. La corde est attachée trop haut. On soulève le moricaud et on lui passe le nœud coulant. La corde tourne pendant quelques instants, puis craque. L'individu est à terre qui gigote. Un coup de feu dans la nuque et le tour est joué. Pas la moindre impression cette fois. Et dire que la première fois que j'ai vu administrer de la chicotte, j'en ai pâli d'effroi. L'Afrique a du bon tout de même. J'irai au feu maintenant comme à une noce.
A Belgian officer had been dispatched with a force of some 50 or 60 men to capture a chief. In rummaging in the huts for plunder, they came upon 2 women, a mother and daughter, who had not had the time to get away. They were brought up before the officer, who demanded of them where the chief was in hiding. They either did not know or would not tell. He ordered them to be secured and laid out on the ground. And a stalwart soldier then proceeded to administer 50 strokes of the shikot to each. The flogging continued until each had received 200 lashes. Finally, this Belgian officer ordered his men to cut off the breasts of the women and left them to die where they lay.
In Brussels, the statues of Leopold have not been pulled down. The old king is still part of a Belgian dynasty. Morel had produced the first incontrovertible evidence of Leopold's crimes. He had proved that although vast amounts of rubber were landing at Antwerp, the king, instead of sending out goods to pay for the rubber, was shipping mainly guns and ammunition.
I have stood on that quay at Antwerp and seen the rubber disgorged from the bowels of the incoming steamer. And to my fancy there has mingled with the musical chimes of the old cathedral tower another sound. A sigh breathed in the gloomy equatorial forest by those from whose anguish this wealth was wrung.
Morel's book Red Rubber was described as the most appalling indictment of tyrannical atrocity ever recorded against any one man in any country or any age.
The Leopoldian conception of humanity is the humanity of the human tiger, thirsting not for blood, but for rubber.
Morel was just 27 years old, half French, and completely self-taught. He was also unstoppable. He moved to Harden in Wales, left his job at the shipping line, and began a personal campaign against the king. In 6 months, he sent out 15,000 brochures and 3,700 letters. Within a year, Morel had his own newspaper, the West African Mail. Now, he could get his message to an even wider audience. From his offices in Liverpool, Morel gathered together all the stories he could about the events in the Congo, and he set about trying to enlist the missionaries' help. But since the first wave of outbursts against Leopold, the missionaries had gone silent.
They had the evidence, they had the details, they had the stories that were going to grab popular imagination and that were going to make the campaign take off. But selfishly, the missionary societies didn't want these stories circulated because they didn't want to offend Leopold. They felt if they were critical at all, they would be thrown out, and that meant that they wouldn't achieve their ultimate end, which was the maximum conversion of African souls. I think they had a rather mechanistic view of what they were doing, and one soul converted was one step nearer the second coming, if you like. And if those converted souls were subsequently mutilated or murdered, well, so be it. They died Christians, so what?
A large slice of the Congo profit was earmarked for Ostend. Leopold set about turning a seaside village into a rival to Queen Victoria's Brighton. Ostend was going to be his most expensive architectural project. He built Venetian galleries to shelter the rich from the cold North Sea, a palace for himself, a casino, a golf course, and a racetrack. Leopold never completed his grand scheme, but a grateful people honored him with a giant statue.
Nu staan we hier voor een monument. Een monument dat maar dateert van 1931. Dat wil zeggen, 22 jaar na het overlijden van de koning. Verplicht ons om op te kijken vanuit kikvorstperspectief naar de koning. En men verplicht ons daar. Romantische voorstelling van het zogezegde nationale grootste verleden.
And that romantic vision of Belgium's past has to be carefully protected.
Dan is het soms moeilijk als ik een groep voor mij heb om te weten natuurlijk hoe de mensen staan tegenover die koning. Maar ik moet zeggen, als ik vermoed dat er echt zware royalisten of mensen die dus geen enkel kwaad woord over Leopold willen horen bij zijn, dan ben ik zeer voorzichtig, moet ik wel zeggen.
Leopold's stranglehold on the rubber market lasted for over 10 years, till the plantations of Asia and South America became serious competition. The profits all went to Belgium, but how much remains in the hands of the royal family today is still a matter of speculation. Leopold once said about his Congo, "What I do there is done as a Christian duty to the poor Africans, and I do not wish to have 1 franc back of all the money I have expended."